It started out just like any other Wednesday night. I was going to guitar lessons, my mom was making supper, Jacob was going to confirmation, and my dad was out fishing. My dad had just called and told my mom that he had just left the fish house but was having trouble finding the shoreline because he couldn't see a foot in front of the four-wheeler. It was 6:28 when we got the call that was about to change everything. The phone rang. It was my dad again. "Call 911. I have fallen through the ice. Call 911, he screamed. I was downstairs when this had happened. I walked upstairs into the kitchen only to find my mom standing there with two phones pressed to her ears. On one phone, my dad. On the other, 911. I looked over to find my little brother balled up in the living room. I walked up to him and asked him what was wrong. He looked at me with teary eyes and said, "It's Dad. He's fallen through the ice." I couldn't move. It was like time had just stood still. I knew at that moment my dad was in big trouble. He had been fishing on that lake for 10 years. He knew that lake like the back of his hand. There was no way this was happening, I thought. It took the rescue crews 3 hours to find him, drenched from head to toe in ice-cold water, sitting on thin ice and delusional. He was driving to what he thought was the shoreline when he hit an ice ridge. He went underwater, but somehow found a way to jump off the four-wheeler and onto the ice. Our closest friends and family were at the lake and at my house that night. Without them, I don't know what we would have done. To this day, no matter what, I still get choked up when I watch the news interviews. Hug your kids. Those 3 words will be stuck in my head forever. He said those words during the WDAY news interview. I went to school the next day. Some of the teachers and students just didn't get it. They would talk about it like it was nothing. I hated it. I almost lost my dad, the guy that's taught me everything, the guy who shares my dying passion for basketball, my best friend. And they were just talking about it to me casually like nothing bad had happened. Every time someone would ask me about it, or just talk about it, I wanted to run. Run away from here, away from everything. People talked about it like they knew what had happened. In reality, they had no clue. I had already lost a brother. My cousin Chelsea had died in a car accident last December, and my great-aunt and uncle Francis and Ethel had just been murdered. I had already lost so much. These things have made me realize life's too short. People aren't going to stay in your life forever. You never know when it's going to end, so enjoy it. Stop worrying about the little things. I still think of these things every day. But I know that they would all want me to live a happy and full life. So from now on, I live for them.